Hey everybody, and it is day 18 of 31 and 31, and tonight I am still on the anime train, and I thought I might as well watch it now. And since we're going through great, directors and everything, and I went back to Satoshi Kon, and tonight the movie is Perfect Blue. If you have not seen Perfect Blue before, you really do need to do yourself a favor and watch this movie. It's available on Shudder right now. It's a perfect time to watch it. Um, it is a messed up movie, but my God, is it such a good movie, and I like it even more and more the more that I've seen it. And the thing is that to think that it was maybe, I don't know, 5 years ago that I decided to sit down and watch this movie for the very first time. Everybody always tells me about it, and then it was on one of the services. I think at the time might have been on Amazon. And I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and watch it, because I was like, I think at the time I was looking for like horror anime, and this is more psychological horror, and this is definitely something that, and I hate to use the word, but it can trigger some things in some people. And it was made in 97. And when you look at it from 97, and for this to hold up so well and still be relevant today is ridiculous. So if you don't know, well, the story of Perfect Blue, it focuses around a singer named Mima. And she is tired of the idol life. She's in this group called Sham. And she decides to go into acting. And when she goes into acting, it like really affects her psychologically. And because she has to, like, she's trying to do more. Like the first role she gets, it's just like a one-line role, 3 scenes in a TV show. And because she's changing careers, she also gets these like threatening letters and other things, a fax. A letter blows up in her her agent's hand and stuff like that, with like notes, this is just a warning. And then she slowly slips into this world of just like psychological torment, and you get to go through it with her. And it really stems from one scene that she does for the show that is really intense, and it's even intense to watch it in the movie, right? But she's dealing with what's reality and what's not. She starts seeing like a second version of herself that talks to her, and it's a lot about like the madness that she gets, and whether or not the stuff that she's experiencing, if it's the real thing, or she's just thinking it all in her head as she tries to, go through this. And the last like 15 minutes of this movie is some of the best. Like the reveal that happens at that point, like, I don't want to ruin anything for anybody that hasn't seen this movie, but if you have seen this movie before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I remember the first time that I saw it, it was just this huge shock, and I was like, holy crap, because you think that, it's one thing and it's one specific person, and then it turns out to be something completely different. Or maybe you're starting to believe that everything is really happening, or maybe you're believing that it's not, it's all in her head, and there's a couple of things you're just like, oh crap, is what exactly is going on with her. It's an absolute treat. It's absolutely beautifully animated. It does show its age just a little bit, because it is, and this is so weird for me to say too. It's 97. So to think in 4 years, this movie is going to be 30 years old, which is absolutely crazy to me. But it's just a masterpiece and a masterclass in storytelling, in haunting visions, and it definitely gets it with the horror. And like I said, this is more psychological horror than it is anything else. So if you haven't seen Perfect Blue before, I'm going to say it again. please do yourself a favor. Watch this movie. This is a straight out. This is a masterpiece. This is a 5 out of 5. Dancing Idols. It is that good. So, I'd love to sit and talk about this for like hours. I'd love to. This is one of those movies where the way that I do the podcast, I can't do movies like this justice. Like, I want to sit and I would talk about this movie for, the 2.5 hours to 3 hours that I do sometimes for these podcasts. And I'd go through it, and I just love, especially, I just want to go through the ending of this movie and just talk and talk and talk. It's just, for me, it's that good. And, and I know sometimes it's like cheating because you've seen these movies before, and maybe it should be something that you've never seen. I still, like I said, I still watch every single one of these movies over again, whether I've seen it or not, just to also say, did I like it as much as I did, or do I remember it as much as I did? Because sometimes I've only seen the movie once. And this movie, it's a regular like thing. It's not, I have to be in the mood to watch it, but it's something that I like to watch every now and then if I get in the mood, or if there's something that, like, if I see it and I'm just like, you know what, this sounds like it's hard to say. It sounds like a good time, but it's like, oh, this, let's go ahead. Let's hit it. Or if somebody's never seen it before and they're interested in it, I'd love to show them this movie. And I'd love to do a full-length podcast on it. I can't in the style that I do my podcast because you guys wouldn't understand anything. I'm also like a purist when it comes to these things. I like watching the subs versus the dubs. So do it. You have Shudder. Go watch it. And just absolutely enjoy this movie. And, it's going to hit hard for a lot of people, but I just think that it's worth it. So, all right, we'll see you tomorrow. We're definitely, getting closer and closer to the end. And, let's see what tomorrow brings. All right, take care, guys.